how Lil Durk, Lil Baby, NBA Youngboy, how they ask for $25 from people to see them talk. Why does that bother me a lot more than how Kendrick asked for $25 from people to see him talk? Mm-hmm. And I think that when we talk about the black culture and certain motherfuckers who are destructive or not, it's almost, we're so sick, I feel sometimes, man, like as a people, and divided, that even raising the question of how just kind of creates this image like, who the fuck are you? Why do you have something to say with how I'm doing what I'm doing? Because there are people who are consuming it. So it's not like I'm forcing anybody else to come do whatever it is that I'm doing. But because our people, I feel, and people in general, I mean, if the world got the cold, bro, we got the flu. So there are layers of being sick, right? So I think everybody motherfucking fucked up for the most part. But we don't even have enough self-awareness to check ourselves. Even when you got a motherfucker who say, hey man, go check your temperature, bro. You might be sick. Fuck that. You can't tell me that I'm sick. Nigga sweating. 102 temperature. But he's like, nah, I want to be sick. And then when someone comes out and talks about wanting to be, we can't regulate ourselves, bro, under normal circumstances. And I don't know how we address that as a people. I just don't, because everybody's trying to get the bag. Everybody's just trying to get their $25 to the best of their ability. I'm gonna use that shit forever. Roy, thank you, sir, for that. But I'm just talking at this point, bro.
You good, okay? It's the shit we say to ourselves. You know what I mean? We alone any damn way. When we try to assess what's going on out here in the world, and there's no slight to those artists, because, they're just trying to give that best impression of those that when they were a kid, they look like giants, right?
Yeah.
It's just the industry, the politics, and all of the things, the agenda that they're constantly carrying out amongst our people. It's kind of like the Truman Show, you know what I mean? It's like we're America's own fucking reality show, you know what I mean? And every day it's a new damn theme, it's a new storyline or something. And again, like we talked about earlier, like we know that it's not the end all be all, but unfortunately, that's just how we're depicted. You know what I mean? But when we come out and interact and we, link up with like-minded individuals to know like this isn't the end all be all. But I do agree with you when you say just that criticism and being able to assess your loved ones around you and say, bro, you need to get it together. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's rich could use some people in their corner to tell them, hey, bro, slow down. You need to focus on what's important. But like you said, because of the money, the bag, they're going to yes your ass till you in the car. So,
do you think blogs are playing a more prominent role in perpetuating some of this shit, if not more than some of the rappers at times? Because I feel like that's another piece that hasn't necessarily been a part of the sauce in the past.
I think it comes down to the people. Because at the end of the day, people are going to, the content or the platforms, these blog sites, they're going to provide the people what they want. And if I come to you and say, I got 2,500 people that meet up here every day looking for this shit, you're going to step up and provide it. And if you don't, there's going to be a line of other motherfuckers that do the same shit you do. And like I said earlier, the difference is we're from that culture. You know what I'm saying? We take this shit near and dear to our heart. Some of these people looking at it, it's an investment financially. That's the impact of what hip hop has created all these years.
But should it matter who's serving the dope? Like if you from our community and you serving, it's still fucking up the community, whether you black or white. Because that's the thing that if you go into the trap house, dog, to get served, right? You still getting served. The dope man can say they want it, but in the society that we live in now, it's like we give people what they want, but what we want, meaning black people, always be some bullshit. But it's a reflection of, I feel like that's what I mean when I say, like, somebody somewhere in the path, all society is a composition of motherfucking people, right? And those people and how those people are going to operate within that society are going to be a reflection of their health, their mental and physical health, right? And we are at a deficit emotionally, mentally, from all of the motherfucking trauma that we've been dealing with. So I get that you go to the house to get served, but for the people, how do we tell that person? How do we tell the dope man? How do we tell all the other motherfuckers, no, you can't do that in our community, but at the same time, recognize that how they asking for $25 is still present in that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How do we do that?
That's why I said it comes down to what we want as a people and getting back to moving as a collective. You know, this individual shit has got us in a situation now where no one wants to see the bigger picture. No one wants to move on the best interests of the people. Everyone is out for self. So even if we do get a room full of people that say, you know what, we not going for this, you're going to have 30 other motherfuckers arguing why we should go for it. You know what I'm saying? Why the trap house should be here. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Sometimes,
man, it can be very counterproductive, man. I just try to stay away from that type of energy and align myself with those who have the same mission at hand, because we can't dictate those who come into these spaces and want to create platforms to provide the type of content. We can only look at the audience and say, well, shit, y'all, it's a room for it. You know what I mean? And that's the hard part about it.
I'm going to disagree respectfully.
Okay.
Mainly because this is what Jewish motherfuckers do. Right? Mm-hmm. They get on code when somebody talk about any motherfucking thing that got to do with fucking with the shit that they have deemed valuable and off limits.
We still trying to figure out what that is. We'll continue.
We but that's the point though.
Real shit.
So, and it looks so extreme to, I think, people who don't have that kind of cohesiveness. Mm-hmm. That when we see it, it appears to be extreme. They not going. The response that you just made and just saying, oh, these people that are just coming, I think even our response to some of the stuff, and I agree, I'm not saying that your response is wrong. I'm just saying our response even to some of this shit is also a reflection of just how fucked up it is. Because when we see other people who are a little less sick, their response to that shit be totally motherfucking different than the way our response is. They got their own shit that they fuck with, but it's a totally different motherfucking way that they move. And at least as it relates to how they let people come in, how their community gets denigrated, what the perception of their value is, and all of that old kind of shit.